We talking rom-com, we talking action, we talking drama and movie classics. Whatever you want, yo, we have it. Cause we talking movies on the podcast. So I married a film critic. So I married a film critic. So I married a film critic. Hey honey, I just want to talk about the movie like casually. You don't have to bring up the cinematography. Honestly, let's just talk about like how the characters were fun. Married a film critic. So I married a film critic.
Welcome to So I Married a Film Critic, a discussion between a professional film critic and lecturer and me, his wife of over 20 years, who just likes to watch movies for fun. I'm your co-host, Julia.
Hey everyone, this is Barry the Film Critic. Good evening.
And tonight we decided to watch Speed 2, Cruise Control.
I wanted to watch a movie about two people who board a fateful ship and they fall in love and then things go haywire, and you said Speed 2 Cruise Control. I thought we were watching a different movie. I'm so confused.
You know, we really should do Titanic because...
We haven't? I thought we did.
Did we?
We've talked about it so often, and I've made fun of it so often. I think I've assumed we've discussed Titanic. You know, I think you and I we've talked about it so many times.
Yeah.
Because we saw it, what was it? We were married in 2007. I think it was, we were married in 2003, but the movie was re-released in 2007. That's what I mean.
Okay.
So I think we saw it.
I was about to be really upset.
So the math ain't mathin'. Let me try that again. So we got married in 2003. Not that you need to know that, dear listeners, but in 2007, that was the 10-year anniversary. So remember what we did for Valentine's Day? I took you to see Titanic in IMAX 3D.
Yes, I do remember. And you guys, he did not want to do it, and I was so excited.
But I did it.
You did.
And when it was over, I thought, you know what? I saw this movie opening day before the phenomenon, and here it is a decade later with my dear wife. I never have to see that. I saw it in 3D on a giant screen. I watched that poor elderly couple holding each other as the room filled up with water. I saw that in 3D. That is so sadistic, but I did it. I did it because that's what you wanted to do for Valentine's Day. Like, all right.
Come on, that's fun.
Oh, was it? Was it fun?
Okay, I just want our listeners to know that we have already done Speed, the original. It's episode 125, if you're curious. Okay, that's
for the sake of continuity.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know what doesn't care about continuity? Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Okay, before we get into it, we did just watch the Academy Awards.
Yeah, a movie that was not honored by the Oscars during its year. I think it was up for some Razzies, but not the Oscars.
Okay, what did you think about the Best Picture nomination and winner?
For the year 2026.
For today.
Today.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's for 2025.
Okay, yeah. Well, one battle after another won Best Picture. I'm not happy about that because I don't love the film. I think it's very good. I think there are moments in it that are good. Tiana Taylor steals the film, and she's only in the first 30 to 40 minutes, and then she exits the film. It's not a spoiler. The character is just only about part of the first film. But the thing is, her character has a sadomasochistic relationship, sexually as well as just generally, with Sean Penn's character. She is a revolutionary. She's a radical. She's pregnant. Her boyfriend is a nerdy revolutionary played by Leonardo DiCaprio. She is the fire in that movie. She exits the movie, and the rest of it I don't think is anywhere near as interesting. Imagine like another P.T. Anderson film. Imagine if Tom Cruise's character, Frank T.J. Mackey, walked out of Magnolia after the first hour. That's what we're talking about. You know, when you have a character that's that original, that interesting, and then the character ceases to be in the rest of the film. And I know I've heard rumors that, they're thinking about giving her a spin-off film. That would make sense because the character, for me, is truly the heart of the film. So I don't feel like that's... I think it's the least of every Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I like everything that he's done better than that. So I was disappointed that it won Best Picture. I love Michael B. Jordan. I thought his performance in Sinners, both of them were terrific. And I think the movie is terrific and should have won Best Picture. Amy Madigan, I've been a fan of since, let's just say Uncle Buck. I've been a fan of Amy Madigan for decades. She's wonderful and she's sensational in Weapons, so I'm glad that she won the Oscar for that. But yeah, there's a lot of movies that won that I'm not happy about. They're not bad films necessarily. I just don't think they're as worthy as the other films they were up against.
Yeah.
And you?
But we did like Conan O'Brien, and I thought the show was pretty good. You know.
What were you rooting for? Because I knew you didn't see a lot of the films that were up, but you did see some.
I wasn't rooting for anything, actually.
Sentimental value?
No.
You weren't rooting for the Norwegian film?
I wasn't. I wasn't not rooting for it, but I didn't see a lot of the movies that were up. So it wasn't really... I was more just watching it with you because it's fun to watch it with you.
It was very fun to watch with you. Though I got to say, listeners, just in case you're curious, almost every single film that was nominated for Best Picture, I was sent a screener to watch, prior to the end of the year to do a write-up for. So a lot of these movies I have on my person. I'm like, hey, Jules, do you want to watch this? And she said no.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah, Weapons, no. Sinners, no. Secret Agent, no. I even said, do you want to watch Hamnet? No. Like, it should be Hamlet, right? Why is it Hamnet? That was a conversation we actually had.
It's a stupid title.
I really, it is. And a stupid movie, by the way. But I wanted to watch more of these movies with you. But yeah, either in my description or just the title, you're like, no.
I know. I'm getting pickier as I get older. I don't know.
But you still thought, hey, Valentine's Day, let's watch hundreds of people drown in 3D for 3 hours.
We have not talked about Titanic yet. I just looked through our entire list.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that we haven't talked about it. I'm saying I find it interesting that Titanic is a movie that you were happy to flee to on Valentine's Day. That would never be my first choice.
Okay. Well, I liked it.
Okay.
I have nothing else to say.
Okay.
But tonight we're going to talk about Speed 2
Cruise control. Yes.
And since I just got back from a cruise, we thought...
Yeah, I thought, what? Jules will have a sense of what is truly authentic in this film, having just gone on. Tell us a little bit about your trip, please.
No, I'll talk about it as we talk about the film.
Can you set the table? Where did you go? Why did you go?
Oh, all right. Well, it's kind of a long story, but the why I went is the long story. But I went to Florida and cruised around the Caribbean
with your mom and your best friend.
Yeah. So a year ago, my best friend went on a cruise with her aunt, and it was like a 10-day cruise. Halfway through the cruise, her aunt died on the ship, and so it was the aunt's millionth cruise. It was my friend's first cruise, so needless to say, a little traumatic. And this was kind of the 1-year anniversary. So instead of like it being a sad thing, she's like, we're going to go on this memorial cruise. She invited a bunch of people, and there were about 16 of us. And so we just called it the Aunt Linda Memorial Cruise. And I don't know. Some people are thinking it could be an annual thing. I don't know if it will be for me, but I had a great time.
This is cool because you and I did something similar a decade earlier. You remember when my friend Josh Green passed away?
Yes.
And he was a great movie critic. He wrote for the site firstshowing.net. Josh dies, and at his funeral, his mom unwisely let me speak, and I had kind of a Jerry Maguire moment where I'm like, Josh wanted to go to Austin because he's always his favorite movie was Death Proof, and he wanted to see all the spots where the film was made. Who's going with me? Who wants to go with me? Like, I had this moment at the funeral, and thankfully, his mom, his father, and brother, and you and I, a year later, we all did go.
They're like, we're going! And
yeah,
then
we actually
they invited
did.
us, and I was like, oh, I guess we're going to Austin in the middle of summer.
It was wonderful. It was a wonderful time. We went to all the locations where all these crazy movies were filmed, including Death Proof. We had a great time, but the trip was all about paying tribute to my dear friend.
Yeah.
So, like, it's I like these kinds of trips.
Yeah.
I like that, there's a...
Well, that trip was more meaningful because we knew Josh. I've never met Aunt Linda, and so it was fine. It was more of a vacation for me.
It's really nice that you were like, hey, like, you're my best friend. Your first cruise had your aunt dying on the cruise, so let's pay tribute to her, but also let's make up for that. Let's have fun. I think, it's cool that you did that.
Yeah, it was great. All right, well, let's talk about this cruise, which is the craziest cruise I've ever seen.
I think I'll save it for later. I don't know if I want to wait till the very end, but throughout the movie, let's talk about this title first of all. Throughout the film, I kept writing down bits of dialogue that I thought this would be a better title than Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Okay.
So we could wait till a little bit later because it's probably a little
Do you
too
have
early.
one?
Yeah.
All right.
So this is something that they actually say in the movie, and I'm like, this would be a cool. Okay, so Speed 2, almost at speed. They actually said that. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's like an instant review right there, folks.
Almost at speed.
Almost at speed.
Yeah. Well, okay. Our movie opens up with
A stuntman falling into frame, just like in the first movie when Jeff Daniels and Keanu's, what are they driving? Like a
oh yeah, they're in a police car.
and it falls into view. It's like a little like off, like a little crooked off camera. It like falls into the frame. It's cool. In this case, it's Jason Patric's stuntman falling in a frame on his motorcycle.
Okay, so Jason Patric plays Alex Shaw. And he's in the LAPD. So he's on a motorcycle for some reason, going after a truck with stolen goods.
It's a very ill-defined chase because, for one thing, the guy he's chasing, we never get a sense. I mean, he's got like a mohawk, is it like a gunfight? No, it's just like he has a truck with stolen goods. It's not firmly secure, so the goods are falling out. And I was even asking you, like, what's in those boxes? Because
I think they said computers, but this is the 90s, so they're like huge monitors.
Even so, I needed some sound effects because it looks like empty boxes are falling off the back of the truck. Like, I mean, seriously, it seems like empty sealed boxes were just falling. I never got a sense of danger.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because this scene is intercut with Sandra Bullock taking her driving test.
Yeah, some terrible shenanigans with poor Tim Conway having to give Sandra Bullock's character, Annie, a much-needed driving lesson. But even feels so condescending because remember, like, the fact that she was able to think on her feet was one of the things that saved the day in the first one. This feels like kind of a slap in the face. She's a hero for what she did in that bus. It's not like, well, now you got to take driving lessons, little lady, because look what you know. Like,
well, her driver's license was suspended. That's why she was on the bus.
Yes.
So.
But it's all the same still.
But her character has definitely become more insufferable in this sequel. She was very endearing and like fun and like, whoa, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And in this one, we were both like, who is this person?
Do you think being interviewed like on a current affair and hard copy has, just really turned her the wrong way?
Well, and, her and Jack broke up in between the movies.
And how did they break up? This story.
Oh, okay. So it says she's telling her driving instructor all about why her and Jack broke up. And she's like, 2 years ago on my birthday, he gave me perfume, and actually it was pepper spray, and I ended up spraying myself, and I had to go to the emergency room.
So stupid. How do you confuse the two? Because what I want is a cut to Keanu Reeves, and he's in a suit, and he's at some nice restaurant. He's like, okay, so this is what happened. So I got her perfume, and she thought it was perfume.
No, it was pepper spray.
Okay, so I blew the story. Who cares? So anyway, Ted, so it was pepper spray, and she shot herself in the face, and then they do a cut to his girlfriend, his new girlfriend, and it's played by Cindy Crawford.
Oh,
and then you cut back to Annie behind the wheel with Tim Conway, like, oh, you should have made it right. Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah, because exactly, she's awful in this. It's weird that she would go from being like, if anybody steals the first movie, it's Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
And maybe, Jeff Daniels is second. But in this movie, whenever they cut away from her, I'm always like, okay. All right. Thank God. Jason Patric. Okay.
Well, I will say she has a lot of PTSD from the first movie. So all those experiences, they've just frazzled her brains.
Then you know what she shouldn't be doing? Learning to drive.
No, she's not learning to drive. She's trying to get her driver's license back.
But the way...
And doing a terrible job.
The way she drives, it is like she's learning to drive.
All right.
The shenanigans might have worked if he was actually teaching her how to drive.
Okay, well, the silly part is that she ends up on the road where Alex is chasing this big truck and almost ruins, like, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then she finds out he's not really doing... She thought he was doing, like, beach policing.
This is her fault. She needs to ask more questions, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he didn't
And
tell
by the
her-
way...
He didn't tell her, I'm actually a cop. I'm not just, like, a beach cop.
Do you think... I think she must have gotten really insufferable to the point maybe Keanu Reeves was like, yeah, that's perfume. Try it on. Right in the eye.
Spray it right in your face. Like, who sprays perfume right in their face like that?
Yeah, I mean, the thing isn't because I've seen, whatever. The few times I've seen perfume administered, you do it on your wrist first, right, and you smell it, right? Isn't that the thing?
I don't know.
Isn't that what they? That's what they did when I was a kid at Liberty House. You walk through like,
it was like
sample.
Yeah, it's like she was Elf, and
She was Elf.
yeah, you remember in the movie Elf where
Oh, and he's like, ah!
she's like fruit spray, and he sprays it in his mouth. He's like, ah, because he doesn't realize it's perfume.
By the way, Keanu Reeves is not in this movie, and the story, which I just love, is he turned down $11 million. And the word was that he wanted to be touring with his band, Dogstar. He turned the film down to do with Dogstar. That is what everybody said. What we didn't know was a year later, Keanu Reeves is being interviewed for this Al Pacino movie called The Devil's Advocate. And they asked him, like, what about Speed 2? And he's like, you mean speedier? Well, it's not, and I'm not. That's the only thing he's ever publicly said about it, and I love it so much. Apparently, it was not the money; it was the script.
Speedier. Well,
He asked the question.
He was like, "How is a cruise ship gonna go very fast?"
That is the question everybody asks. It's like, how fast can this boat actually go?
Yeah. All right. Well. All right.
And how fast can this movie go? Because I gotta say, is not to bury the lead, but I like this movie a little less every time I revisit it.
Yeah. Okay, listeners. Barry has been defending this film forever, and when we watched it, I was like, this movie is pretty bad. And he was like, yeah, every time I see it, it gets worse. And it's true. So are you defending it less now?
Well, let me put it this way. Here is another alternate title for Speed 2 Cruise Control based on a dialogue that appears in the movie. So this movie could have been called Speed 2 Autopilot.
Yeah, yes. Because they are on autopilot.
Yes.
Okay, so Annie is upset because Alex is on the SWAT team. Jack was on the SWAT team. So it's like deja vu for her. Her PTSD is really, PTSDing right now.
If I found myself handcuffed to a subway rail with Keanu Reeves and I thought I was going to die and instead we live, a couple things happen. Greatest sex ever.
Oh my God.
Two, you marry that dude because it's like you're not going to come up with a better story. You've been through the most horrific thing possible. It couldn't possibly get worse than that.
Yeah, but,
unless you go on a cruise. And
well, relationships that are born in extreme circumstances rarely ever work. So,
Speed 2, Extreme Circumstances. That was my other idea. What do you think?
Okay.
And by the way, maybe, a way they could have saved this film, just call it Cruise Control. Maybe they should have scrapped every reference. Maybe they should have just made this a standalone boat movie.
Okay. All right. So Alex is apologizing that he wasn't explicit about working for the SWAT team. And then he surprises Annie with tickets to a Caribbean cruise. And she's like, don't do that. You can't just give me tickets for a vacation right now. I'm like, lady, go with your hot boyfriend who's on the SWAT team and go on the cruise.
What she says to him, which infuriates me, is she does say it pretty quickly that relationships based on extreme circumstances never work out. I hate this because clearly not only is she saying this to him because there's whatever truth to that, but it's also like, well, you know what? I was with a guy. And that's what but he said that and it made so much sense. Right now, this relationship doesn't make any sense. You know what else he used to say? Are you listening? Do you know what else he used to say? There was one time where he said cans, okay? And it was cute because he was taking the cans outside to recycle and he was like, cans! And I was like, yeah, I get it. It's like a full circle moment. You see? Why can't you be like him? The fact that she's quoting the prior relationship, I mean, that's a red flag there.
Red flag.
Because, you and I were with people prior to hooking up. in in general. Well, that's a very generalized statement. So before we were married, we were in other relationships. That's what I mean. Point being, I'm not like, hey, you know something that just something blah 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 I used to say. I would never do that. Never. Did you ever?
No, I can't even remember what those people used to say.
I can't think of any quotables from my
been way
ex.
too long.
Yeah, or any of my exes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I would never do that to you.
So,
I think it's rotten that she's doing that to him.
Relationship advice: don't quote your ex to your current person. That's what we're recommending.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good advice. This is just going to become...
You know, John used to say, shop smart or not at all, okay? All right? So next time, shop smart, okay? Because John would say that. What do you have to say about that? You know what? I'm saying it's over. I'm going to go on this cruise by myself, okay? Hope I meet somebody nice on the Love Boat.
You know, he probably could have. There are a lot of single cruisers out there.
He dresses like James Bond at one point. For the whole movie, he's wearing this tux. I'm like, he's a stud.
Yeah.
Let me talk about Jason Patrick, okay? His rap sheet is awesome. So he's in The Lost Boys. Remember, he's the older brother in The Lost Boys. You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, he's terrific in that. And then he does, like, he had this period where, like, the way we're talking about, like, Timothée Chalamet right now is a very similar thing. Like, he does this movie after...
No.
Well, before Chalamet talked about opera and all the other stuff.
Before he put his big foot in his
Before he
mouth?
did that,
Okay.
which might be a moot point by the time this airs. But anyway, so Patrick does After Dark, My Sweet. He does Rush, which is a killer performance. He's in this ensemble film with Brad Pitt and Robert De Niro called Sleepers. The Journey of August King with him and Tandave Newton. And just like back to back to back to back. He's just sensational. He's so freaking good. He's so handsome. He's so intense. And then he does this movie. And everybody assumed, like, okay, this is going to lead. And what ultimately happened was this movie happened, and it was, it was a big, infamous bomb. And he just went to smaller films. He did a movie called Your Friends and Neighbors. He probably should have been Oscar nominated for that. He's so good in that. All that to say, it just, he went from being on the Hollywood hot list to, like, oh, yes, Jason Patrick of Speed 2 Cruise Control.
So...
He's still great, and he still does great performances, and he still does great movies.
Is he still doing stuff?
Yeah, and he does theater too. He actually did a Broadway revival with Kiefer Sutherland a couple of years ago. Oh, so yeah, he's one of those real
I would
actors.
definitely watch a Jason Patrick movie if like he had a comeback with something like big.
Everything.
Could he be Bond?
Could he be Bond?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Bond's always like a guy in his like early 30s, I think. Until it was like, till Roger Moore was doing it like in his 80s.
No, the latest Bond was not in his early 30s.
How old? I don't know.
Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
No.
How old was he?
Well, I don't know, but
I mean, he was popping Werther's Originals and asking for help, but
he looked older than his early 30s.
Well, spoiler, I mean, he ate it in the last one, so clearly he was a little too old to be Bond.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, do you think he could have been a Bond?
Patrick?
There's never been an American Bond. You know that?
Oh.
We've had an Australian Bond.
You're right,
but they've always been European, yeah. Because Christian Slater threw his hat in the ring. They're like, nope, sorry, pal.
Christian Slater, I can't handle his voice. He'd be a terrible Bond.
You know, like his nasally Jack Nicholson-esque voice?
That's the thing I've told you. You guys, I literally, I can't handle his voice. I won't watch his movies if I have a choice.
You're insane.
I know. I can't
That's so crazy.
It's like nails on a chalkboard for me, his voice.
He's sexy.
No. Mm-mm.
Unbelievable.
He kind of talks like this.
Oh, man. We just lost a listener. Christian Slater, I apologize. I've always been a fan. I have.
Oh my gosh. If he was a listener, I don't know. I have to stand by what I said.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I thought you were going to be like, that's kind of mean. Like, no, I stand behind it. I never Pump Up the Volume or anything you ever did, so forget it.
I'm not saying he hasn't done good movies. He's not my favorite.
And why is he not your favorite? Because I can't stand his voice.
All right.
So speaking of things we can't stand.
We're like 10 minutes into this movie. Okay.
Are we still talking about this movie? Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, Jason Patrick is awesome with or without Speed 2 Cruise Control.
All right.
What do you think of his California-themed Aloha shirt?
Oh, it's fine.
It's corny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people dress corny on cruises.
Do they?
Yeah.
Now tell me about this. This is something you saw?
Well, People just dress, they have their cruise wear, which could be anything. It could be stuff that they would never wear in their regular life.
Like what? Like jammy pants and
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. All like
Onesies?
lounge wear. You know.
That way you hit the buffet table and it's just like I'm wearing stuff that's
Stretchy
really loose.
pants?
Yeah, they'll never know.
No, they'll never know. But they also bring, I saw some people in some like fancy dresses and like nice suits.
That would have been me. I would have been like Jason Patrick in Speed 2 Cruise Control. I would have
Yeah.
put on my James Bond attire like, oh yeah, man.
Yeah. So you see it all. You see it all.
But the problem with me, and you know this, when I'm on a cruise, what I love to do is walk into a new room and go, the love boat.
You don't. On the 2 cruises you've been on in your life?
And I rocked those 2 cruises. They all know who I was. Like, oh, it's that husband. Guy's insufferable.
Okay. The thing about this opener when they get on the boat is I don't know where this cruise ship is, but it's not docked at a port, which makes no sense. And they like boat people over to the large cruise ship.
Maybe this is how they did in the 90s.
No.
Does it make any sense? Because there needs to be more security protocol.
Yes.
It explains how the villain can get his nefarious technology and his leeches on board
It
so
doesn't
easily.
make any sense. Like, I know this is the 90s, so maybe they didn't go through metal detectors. I just can't imagine. No, they had to have had metal detectors. This just doesn't make any sense.
Had to have been metal detectors.
Yeah. So they're just like going up a gangway?
Maybe just a crappy cruise line.
Well, it's one I've never heard of. It's called Cruise Ship Seaborn Legend. And
rolls
it
off the
looks
tongue.
kind of small. I don't even see a swimming pool.
We should talk about the entertainment on board because that's a shocker. So UB40 did a hit song off the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack, by the way. It's Tell Me Is It True. There was a top 30 song they did for this. And they're in the movie, presumably playing themselves, although they don't get any kind of response from the people in the audience, even though, I Can't Help Falling in Love with You from the Sliver soundtrack came out just a few years earlier. So UB40 was huge at this time.
Yeah.
Although you, in your defense, you did not recognize them. Who did you think they were?
No, I don't want to say.
It's amazing to me because one thing, you're wrong. 2, I didn't even know you even knew who the other people were that you thought they were.
I said.
Who did you think they were?
I said, is that the Fine Young Cannibals?
And I'm like, I'm impressed you know who they are. No. It is not the Fine Young Cannibals.
You guys, I don't know bands. I suck at
What's your favorite
that.
song by the Fine Young Cannibals?
I only know that they're one, and I
She Drives Me Crazy?
Yes,
There you go.
yes,
all
that's
right,
the
all
only
right.
one.
Okay, I'll let you off the hook.
thank
Okay,
you.
yes.
That's the one. You got it. All right, well, now we're introduced to some other characters. So we have the ship's photographer, Dante, who, don't worry, takes pictures at appropriate and inappropriate times.
Man, you're going to go through each of these ridiculous characters.
No. And then Ashton, the bellboy, who is, you guys, no. This person would never be on a cruise ship. He's too obnoxious. And then we meet John Geiger, played by Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Well, we don't really meet him. We just sort of see him.
It's established, though, that he's up to something sinister long before he does anything sinister.
Yes.
The movie kind of tips its hat. They might have been better off establishing him that he's a really cool guy,
Yeah, they kind of make him creepy right away.
And they shouldn't, because at this point, especially, it was predictable casting Dafoe in a role like that. Mm-hmm. It'd be like the other choice would be Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Oh no, who'd you say you wanted it to be?
Did I actually have an alternate actor?
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Who was it?
Was it a creepy actor?
No. Now I'm not gonna remember.
I'll look. We'll go through it. If it pops up, I got 3 pages of notes, so maybe I got it.
Okay.
Weird Al Yankovic. No, I'm kidding.
No. So this part is where we see that Alex has an engagement ring for Annie, and I'm like, after she just found out he had kind of sort of lied to her about his job, then he brings an engagement ring. How long have they even been dating?
He's such an optimist.
Yeah.
And by the way, it is that stupid thing. And this pops up in romantic comedies. It's weird that it pops up in this movie, where at the end of the film it's still intact. Realistically, he would have lost the thing. all the stuff he does in this movie, all the
And then, it just stays in his pocket.
yeah, it's just there for him, like his car keys. Like, no, man, all the stuff you're doing, you're losing this at some point.
It's down at the bottom of the sea with the heart of the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah, it's with the Titanic.
Isn't it crazy that this movie and Titanic came out the same year, same studio?
No way.
Same year, same studio. That's why it's so funny. Matthew McConaughey and Sandra Bullock were apparently the first choice, or they were like one of the choices that James Cameron's like, I want them to do the movie. McConaughey was doing a Spielberg film. Sandra Bullock chose this film over Titanic. And they went with the lesser knowns, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, and movie history was made. And this thing was really, and I remember I got caught up in the hype too. Everybody said like Speed 2 is going to be huge. Titanic missed its release date because they were, and when we'll talk all about this when we eventually do our Titanic episode, Titanic missed its release date by months because it was going over budgets. The special effects were so complicated. Got pushed all the way to November. Everybody's like, man, Titanic is going to flop. That movie is going to be so embarrassing. God, DiCaprio, he's on a roll. That it's going to end with Titanic because that thing is going to be such a bomb.
Yeah.
It's amazing what happened, how it flippity flipped. And Sandra Bullock, she did an interview about this movie. Like, how do you feel about the whole thing about you turned down Titanic, do Speed 2? She's like, well, I didn't know it'd be a stinky. That is a direct quote.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it'd be a stinky.
I didn't know it'd be a stinky, yes. And by the way, accurate.
Accurate. Okay, there is another, let's see. There's another character. There's like a...
There's so many.
There's parents, and they have like an 11-year-old daughter who's deaf. And she ends up being kind of a major character.
Yep.
But she's totally flirting with Alex. And you were like really uncomfortable with that.
I was uncomfortable because you noticed the thing I did, which is that the camera is traveling up and down her body the same way it's traveling up and down Sandra Bullock's body and the other women on the trip who are good looking.
I actually didn't notice that.
It kept happening. And then at some point in the movie, a weird moment, Jason Patrick's character, I'm not even calling him by his character name, he gets sick, so he and Sandra Bullock go to their quarters.
So gross.
And not only is there vomit all over the place, weird that the film would give us that, but then it's established that they're watching TV together, they're holding each other, and they're watching Lolita.
Yeah, that was weird.
Patrick's character does not strike me as a cinephile, and I don't think he would be watching Stanley Kubrick's film about Lolita.
Well, he was passed out from the vomit. It was Annie who was watching it.
Okay, in her defense. And by the way, I'm one of those people I've read Nabokov's Lolita. I'm one of those people that says, like, look, it's about a horrific character, it's a horrific thing, but it's a brilliantly written book. You should read it in your life before you judge it or whatever. It's not a movie that's in favor of pedophiles. It's not. You hate that character. It's unfortunate, or rather a challenge for the reader, that the story is from his point of view. It's like reading The Silence of the Lambs from the point of view of Hannibal Lecter. The book has a moral point of view, and she's the winner at the end of it. He's not. I say all that because I've always found myself having to defend my love for the novel, but I'm not a fan of Kubrick's film. I don't think it's one of his best films. Why the heck are they watching it in Speed 2?
Yeah, I know.
It's of all the things. Watch the Poseidon Adventure. That would make sense.
And then to have
Gilligan's Island.
Then to have the 11-year-old girl be like, she basically tells Alex that she loves him.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I'm
like, what's going on?
And
with
I
this
can't help
movie?
but think, like, is there supposed to be some kind of like, hey, this is like that movie I was just watching with my wife the other night. My fiance, but hey, we're not married yet.
I know. It's so uncomfortable.
It's weird. That threw me because I love Kubrick. I get it. I'm sure Jan de Bont, the director, loves Kubrick, but I mean, any other Kubrick, even A Clockwork Orange would have been preferable to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A very strange choice.
Yeah, not even from the same studio too. So they had to pay Warner Brothers some money for that clip.
They're like, hear me out.
And I'm sure Warner Brothers is like, we got The Shining. Do you want Lolita? Really?
Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn. Oh, okay. Like Kubrick didn't do that.
No, I know.
That would have been another one.
I know he didn't do it, but like any other movie.
Anything would make sense. Big Top Pee Wee. We want it. We can get it for you. Yeah, that was. Even I wrote in my notes like a lot of WTF. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. All right, so we have John Geiger. He is a weirdo. Okay, we find out he has leeches in his bathroom. he has a whole computer system. I'm just going to cut to the chase because this plot is not that complicated. But he basically is a guy who like invented cruise ship computer programs. Then he got sick. How did he get
Jeff
Goldblum?
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum should have played this
That's
because
what
the
you
character is a super nerd.
Yes.
And apparently he has enough charisma that he can carry himself in a conversation. But it's established that he is the nerd who got overlooked. Defoe is too cool and too intense to strike me as somebody who would get screwed over. Goldblum could do it. This is like if Goldblum's character in The Fly or Jurassic Park didn't, get to... Well, he doesn't end up so well in The Fly. Maybe Seth Brundle's not a good example. But the character he plays in Jurassic Park, imagine if that guy never got any respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if John Hammond fired him?
Yeah.
But I made dinosaurs. I made dinosaurs. And he got fired off the island. Then it's like, okay, that's this guy.
Okay.
But yeah, so Defoe, and God bless him, Defoe has done everything he's done. Every kind of movie you could think of, he's miscast here. He just is.
He is.
It's awesome that they're like, we got an intense lead actor. We got somebody who can go toe-to-toe with him. And I love that it's Willem Dafoe. Defoe is awesome. But man, this material, it doesn't do them any favors.
Right. So he invents this computer systems, and then he ends up getting copper poisoning, which is why he has the leeches. Because I guess he was so sick, the company... They were like, sorry, we can't have you work for us anymore. And so now he's taking his revenge.
So he carries them with where he goes. You figured, okay, maybe have an establishing scene where he's in the bathtub and he's having the leeches on him, and then that's it. But this is a guy who carries his leeches with him.
Yeah.
The way I would take like my Maltese with me on a trip. Like it's crazy. And by the way, I love it that he has killer golf clubs. Because he has like all this secret military weaponry hidden in the golf clubs. You know the other sequel that does this, another classic sequel that gives us killer golf clubs? Caddyshack 2. Very different
I thought
film.
you were going to say Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very good, Jules.
Okay.
Yeah,
those golf clubs.
The trifecta.
I know.
Of the three, which are the best? Oh, God, that's hard. Caddyshack 2. I'm giving it the edge. I'm doing it.
All right, so we have a lot of scenes of Willem Dafoe like sneaking around and putting, I don't know, trackers on things and listening in on conversations. And then he throws the captain overboard.
With a lamp that's fixated into the railing. It's weird. The way it's staged is weird. The way it's written is weird. All he had to do was kill him and throw him overboard. We didn't need all the chitter chatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't know. I mean, just so everyone knows, if you've never been on a cruise, there are cameras everywhere outside on those decks.
I love that you're dipping into logic.
Well, they would know.
In 97, do you think? I mean, it'd all be video cassette cameras, right? It's
They probably had closed caption.
Something bad happened. We got to rewind the videotape. Okay, who's got a rewinder? Okay, I think we went too far. Okay, fast forward. Okay, you went too far again. Now we got to rewind. Not that far. Doggone it, man. Okay, look. Let me. Okay, we'll do frame by frame. That's taking too long. Okay, no, fast forward. Yeah.
Well,
This is state of the art 90s technology.
I know. Well, if people can find, information with a microfiche, they can find it with a rewinder.
I just love that somehow he was able to sneak, 7 leeches onto this
I think
ship.
it was more than that.
I think
It's
being
so
conservative.
nasty.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. All right, so...
Do you think they each have names? I think he's named each of them.
Come on, roly-poly, get on there.
Hey, Melvin. Hey, Mervis. Hey, Tina. Georgette. Spartan. You're my favorite, Squiggly.
All right, so John Geiger, he sabotages the communication systems, kills the captain, blows up 2 of the ship's engines, and then notifies the first officer, like, hey, your captain is dead. You need to evacuate the ship. Okay, so everybody is having dinner in this fancy dining room when all of a sudden these explosions go off.
They're watching UB40 and they're not reacting to the fact that it's a UB40. It's so weird.
No, well, the other thing they're not reacting to are the actual explosions. Everyone's kind of standing around.
Yeah, they're like, oh, is this part of the show? Does UB40 have pyrotechnics? My grandson would know. I don't really know.
That sounds like an explosion, and we're on a cruise ship. I wonder if we should be concerned.
Do we have to stop dancing?
Yeah, and the other thing is the cruise people, they don't make any announcements for the longest time. They just sort of let people let them freak out for a while. That sounds fine.
Because as I reminded you, the first cruise trip we ever went on, I won't name the type of cruise it was, but at one point a part of the ship caught on fire, and everybody was informed of it. We all went outside. We looked over the balcony. Oh my God! Yeah, like up where the captain is, this little deck caught on fire. They quickly put it out, but it was like, whoa, okay, everybody needs to be aware of this, and everybody was freaking out. And then once it was, oh, okay. Okay, now we go back. Now we go back to shuffleboard and all you can eat.
Karaoke.
Yeah,
it was fine.
Yeah,
I don't even remember that.
But this, it sounds like you figure everybody on this ship knows their history. I mean, it sounds like the Titanic experience is about to happen, and they're just like, "Is that normal?"
I know. So now everyone is supposed to evacuate. Well, our 11-year-old deaf girl Drew is stuck in an elevator when this, explosion goes off. So she's stuck in there. Everyone else is going to the lifeboats, and her parents are like, "Where's Drew? We don't know where she is."
How do you lose your child? That's crazy. They clearly should have left her at home.
Because remember the dad? Okay, he's upset at her outfit, and he tells her she looks like a clown.
Yeah.
He's like,
awful dad.
"You look like a clown." Those are his last words to her before possible death.
Yeah.
I was horrified.
The thing that horrified me is you pointed out that the movie actually goes and redoes each action set piece from Speed, but now
you pointed that out.
Did I?
Yes.
Because this has an elevator bit or a bit where they're all trying to get
on
from
the lifeboat.
The lifeboat, and the lifeboat is people are falling off the boat and they're falling into the water, and because the danger hasn't been well established, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I guess they're just gonna fish them out of the water. No, apparently they're dead. But the movie, it could have established. I mean, the stakes are not established well enough.
Yeah, because we established there's one lifeboat that hasn't, everybody else is left except this one lifeboat.
Yeah.
And the lifeboats can only go down to the water if the cruise ship is not moving. Well, before it gets to the water, it starts moving again.
Yeah. But again, it's like, to think how simple. I mean, simple it could be a really negative word. For the original movie, everything is so simple. The stakes are simple. It's well established. In this case, it's like, I feel like there's not enough stakes. Like maybe it's shark-infested waters. Maybe it's established that there's still some floating bombs left over from a war, pirates. Let's up the stakes. There's no stakes here. It's like, oh no, you're going to fall off a boat. Okay, all right, the water is cold, granted. They may drown, you may not drown.
Well, they're wearing life jackets, so I don't know. There's a possibility they'll survive.
The hairs on the back of my neck are tingling right now. No, I mean, I'm not feeling it. I really, it's very clunky. It's busy. The movie is really, really busy, but that's not the same as being suspenseful and on the edge of your seat.
So while this is going on, there's another group of people that have gotten closed into this hallway because of fire doors. And so they're stuck. Okay. So we have the group of people on the lifeboat, and basically Alex attempts to board the lifeboat and try to rescue people. And then here comes Annie, saves the day. She's like, "Get on the gangplank," and she basically
how does she know what a gangplank is?
I know. I don't know.
I mean, remember when I was on the ship, I'm like, I guess I'm going to use the word Lido deck now whenever I talk about where I'm going, because it's what people say.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Lido deck, the upper deck and the lower deck.
Exactly. She's brilliant.
She knows what a gangplank is.
I know. So everyone gets rescued, and then, well, all right. So Geiger has, hijacked the ship, and he's gotten it to go in a specific direction at a specific speed, which we have established is basically 20 miles an hour.
Yes.
So I'm like, that's not that fast. So there's these people are trapped behind the fire doors, and Annie and the ship's photographer, Dante, are the ones that have found them.
Yes.
But they have to figure out how to open the doors. Annie she finds a chainsaw on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
What?
I wouldn't know where to find a chainsaw at Target, but she finds a
I don't think they
chainsaw.
have chainsaws at Target, babe.
That's my problem. I gotta stop trying to get my chainsaws at Target. I'm learning so much tonight. Gangplank,
Okay.
chainsaws.
But while these people are trapped, there's like smoke coming through the ventilation system. They all start taking their clothes off.
And what's great is we met this couple, this group of people 15 minutes earlier, and they're all talking about how big they are. They're big people. And by the way, they're lovely. Like Colleen Camp, who's now the head of SAG. I love this actress. She's awesome. But she and these other character actors, they're established that they're large people. And the dialogue is about that. It's like, all right, fat jokes, why not? Speed 2 cruise control.
Yeah.
But I love this because it's like the thing they don't say is like, quick, take off your plus size outfits from the big and tall store to block the vents. Quick, get that circus tent off.
They basically do say that.
So I don't think this is supposed to be funny, but yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And then one girl, he's like, why aren't you taking off your dress? And she's like, I'm not wearing any underwear.
And the camera pans up and down, and there's that again.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Tacky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I guess that's okay.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So Annie takes the chainsaw and cuts through the door, and she's still holding the chainsaw. And she's like, all right, everyone come out. And he's like, can you move the chainsaw? She's like, oh, sorry. Yeah.
She was not a dingbat in the original. Like when she thought, like the can scene, when she thought she killed someone, it's like a moment like, oh, the movie's being really real about this, and so is she. I mean, this, like a lot of the stuff that Bullock is doing here, because we know how effervescent, to use that word, and how charismatic and beautiful and engaging she is. She sucks in this. It's not the performance. She's working
She does
really
save
hard.
a lot of people, though.
But it's sitcom. You know, it feels like a sitcom character in sitcom beats, which is a weird contrast from Patrick, who's bringing it, but this material is not helping him.
Well, she single-handedly saves 2 groups of people. You know? So, you're right. Okay.
So you're saying she's the real hero of Speed 2 Cruise Control, and I'm just not giving her enough credit because she's insufferable.
Yes, exactly.
It would be like if Pauly Shore saved everybody on the Seaborn Legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Alex is trying to help, the situation, and everybody who's actually in charge of the ship are like, you are insane. And so he tells them, how do we get this ship to stop? Because they realize they're headed for, like, straight for this island, and there's nothing they can do. And so he's like, let's slow down the ship. What better way to do that than flood the bottom? Now, no, I don't think flooding the vessel that you're on is ever the right thing to do.
And there's Tamora Morrison and a few other character actors who are the captains in charge. They are understandably looking at him like he's crazy.
Yeah.
And to their credit, I believe them. I'm questioning the logic too.
Yeah. So they open up these like ballast doors to flood the bottom, but then Alex notices that Drew is down there, and he's like, oh wait, don't flood the bottom. And so now there's already water in there, and of course it takes time to like open the doors and then close the doors, and so he goes down to rescue Drew. They have like a Titanic experience where they're being like pushed through.
This is
the
one of the few
water.
action sequences in the first hour of the movie I actually like, because this movie lumbers. The first one is a lean machine. This movie, like, it drags its feet, it lumbers. I think this scene really works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting.
It would be better if it was Jason Patrick and Sandra Bullock, his alleged co-star.
And not Drew, an 11-year-old, telling him she's in love with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I get it. Extreme circumstances. What's the
Now,
line?
if I was 11 and Jason Patrick had just rescued me, I might say the same thing.
And if I was 49 years old and Jason Patrick just rescued me, I might say the same thing without a moment's thought or hesitation. But that's just, saying what if, If I had to look into his eyes after he just rescued me, and his white shirt is now all completely matted to him because it's soaking wet.
I know, I'm picturing it right now. I would tell him at this age that I love him.
And even though, like, for example, like if my wife was like standing right next to me, I would still look him deeply in those eyes, those soulful, searching eyes.
I would as well.
And tell him,
if you were standing.
I also love you as well. And I know how to sign it, so.
What? No, I'm not. I'm not doing sign language.
I would give you the up on me. I'd be like, oh,
No, I'm just gonna say it with my mouth.
I love where this is going. Then what happens?
Well, just kidding.
Where's our Speed 2 cruise control fantasy going?
All right. So now everybody has been rescued from the immediate peril that they're in, but now they have to do something about the ship.
You're right. Like they basically get rid of all these excess characters, and it really becomes mostly about the three leads and then the remaining crew members who are given thankless amounts of exposition.
Exactly. But then this is where Geiger does escape. He gets through like a fire door or whatever, and he uses the ship's intercom, and then this is where he explains that he designed the ship's autopilot system and is pursuing his revenge plot against the cruise line after being dismissed when he contracted copper poisoning. And then there's a situation where Alex is in a room where there's a fire, but then there's that grenade that's on the outside of the door. And Sandra Bullock has to like dismantle the grenade. And you guys, Alex has to tell her from behind the door, he can't even see the grenade, what she's supposed to do. I would immediately get somebody else to do this job.
Alex has an ungodly amount of patience for Sandra Bullock's character.
And trust.
Yeah.
That she's going to do this right. And
because if anybody is going to screw this up, it's your off-the-handle, clingy girlfriend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So...
Wait, on 3 or 4? Wait, should I pull the pin or put the pin back in? What should I do?
I know.
So when it does go well, even the captain's like, you got it? She's like, yeah. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the suspense is real because this movie made me fall out of love with Sandra Bullock, which I didn't think was possible.
You were thinking, maybe they're doing this so that they're going to get rid of her?
No, that would have been great. So wait, is this? Oh, sorry, Alex. It's okay. We got bigger things to deal with.
And then Alex is like, what am I going to do with this ring? Hey, where's that little girl?
So she'll be 28 in 2000. How many years?
I know. He's like, she's 11 now. Okay, in 7 years she'll be legal. Can I wait that long? I'm like, what?
Can I get my cop pension and retire? This could work out.
Could work.
Play the long game.
Maybe she'll wait for me.
Thanks, Lolita.
Yeah. It's like the plot of Beautiful Girls if it had gone in another direction.
Gosh. Wow.
It's so wrong. Okay. Wow, I didn't realize. Wow, this movie is very strange.
You're just now realizing it?
No.
You know what this movie wanted to be? Because everything was Die Hard. There was like action movies before and after Die Hard. This was another Die Hard on a boat. But the thing is, Under Siege did it better. And that was with Steven Seagal, who's not really an actor. I'm sorry. He's more of a presence. But that was perfect for him. And Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey and even Erika Eleniak, they all killed it. That's a great Die Hard on a boat movie.
Yeah.
This one is not.
No. Okay. So the crew notices that Geiger has programmed the ship to crash into an oil tanker off the coast of St. Martin. And so Alex decides to prevent the crash by diving underneath the ship to jam the propeller. And so there's a whole scene where, again, Sandra Bullock and this captain guy, they have to like tie Alex to the cable, and then he has to go underwater and
unfortunately, it's CGI propellers.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not a model, which they should have done a model. But instead, it's CGI, and it's very, very, very early 97 CGI. It's not convincing. It doesn't look good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're saying that makes sense.
You know another movie that's a better ship trip gone bad movie? Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. It's better.
What about that Captain, what's his face?
Captain Phillips?
No.
That's a great movie, though.
Yes, that is a good one. I was
does this
thinking
better.
of a comedy.
Captain Ron? Have you even seen that?
Yes, like one time.
Wow,
But
I don't
Captain
think.
Phillips, I should have just stuck with that one.
Yeah, but I love. You know what? Great double feature with Captain Phillips, Captain Ron.
All right. So Geiger in now, he like jams the cable so that Alex is underwater and it causes it to break off the ship. He abducts Annie, but before he does, don't worry, Annie's able to like free Alex so he doesn't drown. Again, saving our hero. Now we have a whole thing where this cruise ship is heading towards this oil tanker, and again, it's going 20 miles an hour and everyone's acting like it's going 75 miles an hour.
If they have an establishing shot where we can establish how fast it's moving, we might actually have a concept that works. But we don't get that.
No, because everyone on the oil tanker is like, that ship looks like it's coming towards us. And they don't do much.
Not that I'm trying to jump to the end because we got to deal with it scene by scene, but once it gets to the ending where there's all this chaos that the ship actually creates, it's like, man, the whole... You know, what they should have done with this movie is really make it speed on the water. Don't go to the high seas. Have it established that the boat is actually going the equivalent of 50 miles an hour and it's stuck, like, you know, near shore. So it's constantly crashing into yachts, constantly crashing into buoys.
Yes.
It's constantly going...
When it started crashing into stuff, I was like, oh man.
It's like, okay, like the whole film should have been this.
Because there were all these people in these little fishing boats that all of a sudden they're like, whoa, whoa.
Right, and surfers and
Yeah,
swimmers, everybody's freaking out. Like, that's what this movie needed the whole time. You should have
Yeah.
stayed away from the high seas.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with
You could still have UB40 in the boat. It doesn't need to go, like, way the heck out there. They'll do a one-nighter.
So now Alex and our photographer Dante, they have to go into the pump room and they have to like do this maneuver with the bow thrusters.
Ooh, this is one of my alternate titles. Speed 2, the bow thrust at the end of the shaft.
Yeah. I am not.
That's the adult version.
I'm not kidding. When they started talking about thrusters and all this stuff,
So it's at the shaft?
Yeah.
So I got to crank the shaft? Which way? Counterclockwise.
the thruster
And we got to take turns doing this. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I got 15 seconds of
thrusting.
of thrusting the shaft.
Yes. No, seriously, we were laughing so hard, you guys. It's like, this is not real.
I want to read the script just totally out of context at this point.
Okay, yeah, because they do have to take turns going down and like turning this wheel
Oh,
thing.
they do.
Yeah,
They turn the crankshaft
they do.
constantly.
And they actually like turn the ship so it like just barely like it scrapes on
Yeah.
the side of the oil tanker.
It's a cool visual, and it's like, okay, now we get the danger. Because
Yeah.
before, it's like, it's just this big lumbering, mansion on the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now the ship is going another way and it's heading towards the marina and it's going to crash into St. Martin Town. And this is what we were talking about. Like, there's all these little boats it's running into. I mean, one of the boats it hit, like, literally exploded, which is, okay, that was a little bit dramatic.
It's like, is it a Ford Pinto?
I mean, I don't know if that would actually happen.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny. They show this woman looking at a condo and her son is looking out the window. He's like, look, Mom, a boat. And she's like, yeah, there's lots of boats out there, whatever. And this boat just crashes onto land and crashes into the condo. Yeah.
Apparently, this sequence is the reason why the movie went way over budget, because the director...
Because they actually did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks real, but all of the buildings do look like sets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You
Without
can
a
tell
doubt.
they're not real buildings.
Now, on the one hand, it's like, the cool thing is, today this would all be CGI, so I gotta hand it to Jan de Bont for like, no, man, we're actually gonna take this ocean liner and smash through these sets, and we're gonna have hundreds of, stunt people running everywhere. It is spectacular, but it's too late.
Yeah.
Considering, let's remember, Speed opens up with the elevator scene. The movie didn't even need that.
Yeah.
And it's freaking cool that it opens up with that. And then, we got Keanu Reeves in the bar celebrating with his bros for like 2 minutes. And then he gets the phone call, the bus explodes, and the movie is literally off and running. This film forgets that it's an action movie for too long. It's like, why are we meeting all these people on this trip that don't amount to anything?
Because the opening chase of Speed 2 has nothing to do with the bad guy at all.
It should have been it should have been Willem Dafoe driving that truck.
Yes.
Because that's what the first one did. The first one establishes one villain, and we follow him through the whole freaking film. Mm-hmm. The thing I kept telling you, like the problem with Dafoe's plan is that they got these things, called radio. So like all he had to do was call the ship. He doesn't need to be on the ship. He should have been in a yacht like a mile away from the ship.
Like the first movie.
Yeah, exactly. And he could do the little leechy creepy thing and be on the phone with them. Like, we don't need the scenes of Jason Patric chasing Willem Dafoe. And it's weird that someone as agile and, with an Adonis body like Jason Patric can't catch Willem Dafoe, who's constantly looking at them through behind plate glass going, hey, like, it's ridiculous.
I know.
You don't need it. And Dafoe has such a great scratchy voice. He would have been great, just like we're just hearing him the way they used Hopper in the first film. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no really suspense. Like, remember in the first one, they're like, how does he know our every move? And we don't find out he's, has a camera inside the bus until way later.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that in this movie.
No.
He does kidnap Annie, and poor Annie, she's suffering from enough trauma that,
I'm also irritated for him, though.
For Dafoe?
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, God, she's annoying. This is the most annoying. This is like the red badge of this is like the scene in Dennis the Menace where Christopher Lloyd kidnaps Dennis the Menace and Dennis the Menace. This is like Home Alone. He's like one of the wet bandits. Like, oh man, he just wants to kill this kid.
All right, so
I feel bad for him.
Annie and Geiger, they end up on a seaplane. Alex hijacks a speedboat, and whose speedboat is it?
It's Glenn Plummer from the original film. Oh no, not my car! And this one, it's, oh no, not my boat!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he helps Alex rescue Annie, and I don't know, this scene...
His character is Maurice. This is a really good actor. I hate that he's known for this and really very little else. So he's done so much stuff.
I hope they paid him well for the second sequel.
I wonder if the idea was that Speed 3, he would be a cop. I wonder if they were building towards that, where it's like a two-hander.
Oh my gosh,
I mean, seriously, because why in the world does he keep running through this story as just somebody who's on the periphery?
Alex rescues Annie, and then Geiger is on this little plane, and he ends up losing control and impales himself on the tanker, and then the whole oil tanker explodes.
Yeah.
And so, oh my gosh. And then they get to shore, and Alex gives Annie the engagement ring.
You idiot. After all that, it's like, no, it's staying in my pocket. I had no idea where that went.
Yeah. I'd be like, let's get you to a therapist. How about that?
Tell you what, the cops are over there. Tell them everything that happened. I'll be right back. And that's where that ends.
And then he leaves and doesn't come back?
They cut to him on a plane. He's like, okay.
Where's Annie?
Dear God.
And St. Martin by herself.
Yeah, she's, they're like, tell us what happened. Well, I was on a boat. Hey, does anybody see my boyfriend? Who? And you cut to Jason Patric opening a bottle of wine. It's like, just not even putting it in the glass, just like drinking it right from the spout. Like, oh man, that's some good whiskey.
He's not going to abandon her.
He's on Hawaiian Airlines. He's like,
he's a good
headed to the Big Island.
Oh my gosh. So
why would you marry someone after you go through that?
Well, I don't know.
I know that extreme circumstances,
relationships
based on extreme circumstances, never last. Yes,
yeah,
but not in this case. No.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of the movie. And what did you go through all your titles?
No. Other things that are said in this movie that could possibly have been a better title than Speed 2 Cruise Control. So Speed 2 Turbine Malfunction. Speed 2 Access Denied. And my favorite, Speed 2. How could this happen on our honeymoon?
Oh, yeah, somebody does say that. This just random character, that's her only line. How could this happen on our honeymoon?
Yeah, the movie has bad use of slow-mo. I'm just going through my notes. The slow motion is unnecessary. If anything, the movie needs to be faster.
Yeah.
Don't
We
slow
don't need
this movie
slow
down.
motion on this one.
You know, the last hour is full of incident, and it's not bad. But this is Jan de Bont. And Jan de Bont was a cinematographer. He shot Basic Instinct. That movie looks fantastic. There's so many movies that he shot. It's like, oh, God, Jan de Bont filmed this? This is going to be a good-looking movie, and it's always the case. So his film debut was Speed. And, you know, that film was famously rife with problems. Nobody thought it was going to be a hit. Keanu Reeves, can he carry... You know, and it winds up being, like, considered one of the greatest action movies ever. He goes from Speed to Twister. Twister is not a smart movie, but it's thrilling.
I love Twister.
Twister is
I know
great.
It's silly.
It's dumb, but man, it's... I mean, as far as summer movie goes, I mean, it's like one of the great summer movies. I'd compare it to Speed. Those two movies, and then this. And then he kind of falls off a cliff. He does this haunted house movie with way too much CGI called The Haunting with Liam Neeson. It doesn't work. He does the Tomb Raider sequel that no one remembers, and then that's it. It sucks because...
He doesn't do movies anymore?
He hasn't directed anything since the second Tomb Raider, if I'm correct. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It sucks because, I mean, for a while, it's like, oh man, he's like another Roland Emmerich. He's like a summer movie guy, and he makes like these really amazing... Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay. Well, let's see.
Oh, you're looking it up?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. That's 2003. It's the last thing he directed. He has produced things. Let's see, a cinematographer.
Those are short films,
Yeah.
feature films.
Okay. Oh. I went too fast. Yeah, movies like Flatliners and Basic Instinct, The Hunt for October, which is a gorgeous film, Black Rain, Ridley Scott, and look at that, Die Hard.
That he produced.
No, he shot it.
Oh,
yeah.
Cinematographer.
Yeah, he's
sorry.
got a great eye. He also did Leonard Part 6, one of the worst movies ever made, but it's not his fault. This is a stellar... He's such a good cinematographer, and clearly he can make a complex movie. The problem with this movie is the problem with almost every bad movie. It's the screenplay. The script sucks. They're forcing the premise, and they're forcing it in a way that doesn't work. I mean, to think like, okay, if you're doing a sequel to Speed, what is it? It's an aircraft that's out of control. You know, it's a skiing trip. You know, you're on a sled that has to go 50 miles an hour while it's going straight down the hill. Like something.
A train.
Okay, you're on a train that's going to derail the track. You know, that's what was that one? Was it Unbreakable? What was the one with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine? Unwatchable. In any case, you need a concept that, you know, if you're not going to just do the, you know, obviously you can't bring back Dennis Hopper. You can't just do the bus thing. You just can't do that. But there had to be a way. There's a movie that ripped off the first Speed. It's called Chill Factor. Do you know that one? What it is, I'm not making this up. It's going to sound like it. It's Cuba Gooding Jr. and Skeet Ulrich. They're ice cream guys. Oh. They're in an ice cream truck. They have a bomb in there. There has to be a certain amount of cold.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a hot day, so they're driving as fast as they can because once the ice cream melts, the bomb is going to go off.
Oh, my God.
It's called Chill Factor. That's a real movie. And it was obviously Speed with an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I pretty much think the bus was the best option, and they probably should have never made a sequel.
Oh, man. So with what we have here, I mean, do you like my idea where maybe if they just scrubbed all the Speed references and just made this a standalone film?
Yes, I do like that
That
idea.
might have saved
it's
it?
not, I mean, you guys, we were like, this boat is going 17 knots, and then one of the guys who works on the boat, he counts down how many knots the boat goes. And at the very end, he's like, 0 knots.
Well, this was the thing I remember about when I saw the movie. My brother Marty was making fun of this the whole drive home. He was like, 7 knots! Now it's 6 knots! 4 knots! 3 knots!
Yeah. They just keep going back to this guy. It's like,
yeah, the first movie is the equivalent of Bullet. It's a real gritty.
There's not really enough plot.
Yeah, and they're trying to make this like the Poseidon Adventure. It's like a traditional disaster movie where you establish all the characters and then the thing happens. But yeah, there's too many characters.
And the characters are not that interesting.
They're not interesting, or they've got screen time, but then they don't go anywhere. I mean, at the end
Right.
of the movie, we should be wondering, where is that girl? Where's everybody from the Big and
She's
Tall
with
store?
her
Like,
mom. We have the fat group, we have the deaf girl, and we have the honeymooners, and
Right.
like, that's it.
yeah, and UB40. Where are these guys?
Yeah.
Who is looking after UB40?
Oh yeah.
Did they get their own boat?
Did they get off on their like lifeboat?
Yeah, were they just like holding on while it goes through through the pier, like, woo, yeah. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out happy, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, how many stars did you give this?
3 when it came out.
No.
When it came out in
That is
1997,
embarrassing.
I know, I could show it to you. It's an embarrassing handwritten review. I regret it now. This is a intervention. 2 stars now.
You still give it 2 stars?
2 stars. The last hour is entertaining.
I'm giving it 1.
Oh man, but that's in line with what everybody else had to say about this movie, except for Siskel and Ebert, who gave it 2 thumbs up, and my dear friend and fellow film critic Aaron Medeiros. This is a favorite of his.
Well.
Aaron owns the novelization to this movie.
Okay. Well, I guess.
You want to borrow it?
No. I guess if he's in the company of Siskel and Ebert, it's not that bad. But every other Rotten Tomatoes critic.
It's always good to be in the company of Siskel and Ebert, but man, did they go against the wave with this film. They were the only, 2 thumbs up, they were the only ones that had a positive review for this film. So God bless you guys. You were, I don't know what was going on that day. They're like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Maybe they were like on like drugs at the time. Maybe they were like tripping out.
Or they're just like, what? It's better. What else came out that summer? Con Air. They're probably like, this is better than Con Air.
Is it though?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I like Con Air is actually a little bit better.
Exactly.
It's also stupid. Summer movies can be stupid, but this movie just isn't as fun as I remember.
No. It's
'Cause, like,
weirder.
Face Off came out the same summer. That movie is thrilling and
Yeah.
funny, and this movie it's a movie of moments, and I think it succeeds as much as it does because of the cast, but the cast can't save it.
Yeah. But Face Off also weird Lolita moments as well.
Yeah, with Dominic Swain, who went on to play Lolita in a remake of Lolita.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
See, this is just weird.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't like that stuff either.
No.
Because it's like, why is it there? Why do we need a scene where she's watching Lolita while her boyfriend is passed out with visible vomit all over the place?
The camera's like, let's show you the vomit. Yeah,
And
that
then,
sounds like a good idea.
And then we cut to what's Willem Dafoe doing at the same time. He's got his little leeches on him. Why is this movie so gross?
Yeah, the movie is really gross.
Yeah, so 1 star for you.
1 star for me.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
2 for me.
Do you have any other final thoughts? I think we've covered pretty much everything.
If I was dating a stage 1 clinger like Annie, this is what I would tell, because a bartender, I used to work at a 5-star restaurant, and this bartender, I remember one night, he was talking to one of his coworkers, and the coworker was just telling how he's just the worst guy ever to go out with. And the bartender said, if I was going out with you, this is what I would say all night long. I would say, shh, you're ruining it. That's how I felt about Sandra Bullock in her movie.
Oh, you would shush her?
Yes, I would. If Annie was my girlfriend, oh my gosh. Yeah. And by the way, she gave great performances later on. She's done great films. She's a great actress. I love Miss Congeniality. Just going to put it out there.
Wow.
Yeah. I know it's a deep cut for the Sandra Bullock fans.
That's bold to say.
What's your favorite Sandra Bullock movie? Is it While You Were Sleeping?
I do love that one, and I do love Hope Floats, even though I know you hate that movie.
I don't like Hopeful. I don't think it's terrible. I just don't like it.
It makes me cry every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
She did a movie no one remembers. This is a deep cut called Wrestling Ernest Hemingway. Robert Duvall and Shirley MacLaine. She's the waitress in the film who just adores Robert Duvall's character, and she always greets him. She's a key part of that movie. She steals it. It's wonderful. The movie's out of print. But yeah, Wrestling Ernest Hemingway. If you're a Sandra Bullock completist, you should see that one.
I like it when she's like America's sweetheart and when she's funny. I don't really like her like boss babe.
I like Murder by Numbers. She's
of
good in
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
The one where she's, chasing after
I
Ryan
like
Gosling.
it. Yeah, I mean, if it's like a true dramatic role.
Yeah, she's really good in that. Yeah. She's in a few of those. A Time to Kill. She's terrific in that.
Yeah. No, I like her.
Just keep her away from the boat movies.
But this movie, she's not. Yeah, she's okay.
Do you think she was watching the Oscars at home, like in her jammies, going, son of a... when Titanic swept it?
Oh,
and they're like, nominated for Best Actress, Kate Winslet. She's like, that could have been me.
Yeah.
I could have been in that boat movie.
Yeah. Imagine picking the wrong boat movie.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. But I gotta say, I get it. This movie that's going to be 3 hours long, most expensive film ever made. James Cameron, kind of a wiry guy. Or Speed 2? Oh yeah, $7 million easy for Speed 2. Well, it's not, and I'm not. You mean speedier? Yes, Keanu, you really are the one. I love Keanu Reeves.
All right. Well, I know. And you know what? Honestly, I probably would have picked Jason Patrick over Leo at the time because Leo has such a baby face back then, you know?
That would have been, you wouldn't have been about the script. It's like, I could look into this kid's eyes and say I love you and really have to work it. Or we get Jason Patrick, I'm feeling the chemistry.
Yes.
I'll bet she was feeling the chemistry. I don't think he was feeling the chemistry. It's like, man, I got to really step it up as an actor here.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think we did it.
I think we hurt the feelings of everyone who's a fan of Speed 2 Cruise Control. I think we did that.
All right. If you like this movie, please let us know in the comments.
Yes. Then you can join Maui's own Aaron Medeiros and Siskel and Ebert as fans of Speed 2 Cruise Control.
All right. Well, that concludes our discussion, like you just said, of Speed 2 Cruise Control.